I'm Ben Gonzalez, and this is TDI. Well, hurricane season runs from June through November, and whenever there's a storm that enters the Gulf, people start wondering, what should I be doing to get ready? Well, our guest today would say, don't wait till the storm is in the Gulf to start getting ready. Today, joining us is Gabriella Stromoli. She is the Division Chief for Preparedness at the Texas Division of Emergency Management. Welcome, Gabriella.
Hi, Ben. Glad to be here.
Good, thank you. So, hurricane season is less than a month away. What is the Division of Emergency Management doing at this point to get ready? What is the state doing to get ready?
So right now we are updating our state emergency management plan with our partner agencies, making sure the plans are up to date. All our agency partners understand their roles and responsibilities that need to occur during a hurricane. We are gathering the state's emergency management council together. We do this annually in a hurricane workshop at the State Operations Center. And then we conduct the state's annual hurricane exercise. And that includes our local jurisdictional partners, our state partners, our federal partners, and our private and voluntary agency partners. And what that does is it gives us an opportunity to simulate a hurricane landfall in Texas, lets us play through what our roles and responsibilities would be, how we would respond. It allows us to conduct gap assessments and understand some shortfalls that may happen, and allows us an opportunity to keep a preparedness posture as we go into hurricane season.
Oh, that seems like a lot there. When you talk about those partner agencies, are those the state agencies?
They run the gamut. We have state agency partners, our federal partners like FEMA and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and our local partners as well that live on the coast, and our inland local jurisdictional partners who may be a jurisdiction that accepts evacuees for sheltering. So we run the whole gamut of partners.
Well, bringing it from that large scale down to the individual home, what should we as Texans be doing to get ready for hurricane season?
So Texans can take the opportunity in this period before hurricane season to develop disaster go kits, develop evacuation plans, communications plans for their families. So these go kits are really important. It's something you can keep in an easy to find area, grab and go. And it should contain things like potable water and non-perishable food items to sustain you and your family for up to 3 days. It should include things like flashlights and batteries and solar chargers for your phones. It should contain copies of important documents like your homeowner's insurance policies and your flood insurance policies, and medications for your families. And don't forget to plan for your pets too. Your pets are going to need a lot of those same items. So make sure that your pets are accounted for in your family's plans. And also, we have something called the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry, or STEER. And we want to encourage Texans who may require evacuation assistance, who have disabilities or access and functional needs, to register with STEER. And it's an opportunity for our local partners to understand the needs of their communities. Now, it's not a guarantee of service during an event, but it does give our local jurisdictions a more holistic picture of the needs of their communities, and they can help plan for those things.
Right, see what kind of resources they would need in an actual event then.
Absolutely.
Well, here at TDI, we like to help people avoid having to make insurance claims if we can do that. So anytime, is there anything we should be doing now that can help strengthen our homes maybe and try to mitigate some of the damage that storms can cause?
Yes. Storm-proofing homes can range from the very expensive to really no cost or low cost renovations. So applying coatings and sealants to cracks and foundations and windows can help prevent floodwater and stormwater from coming in. Installing check valves on all the pipes that come into your homes. Ensuring the gutter runoff is pointed away from your home and not pointed at your neighbors either, because we don't want to flood them as well. So make sure that it flows in an appropriate direction. Raise your appliances like washing machines and dryers up off the floor. There's platforms, or use wooden pallets or concrete blocks, things like that, to elevate those appliances that can be damaged. If the storm is coming, if it's imminent or flooding has already started, Clear out your gutters to let the stormwater flow more freely. Use sandbags to block any gaps that might be coming into your home. Move your rugs, furniture, and electronics to a higher elevation, maybe the top of a closet, or run things upstairs, things that can get permanently damaged. If the water is elevating swiftly, know where your emergency gas shutoff is, know where your electrical panel is, and shut off all your electricity as the water can rise very swiftly and kill your electrical system if it hits some of your outlets. Photograph and video. So this is very important. Photograph and videotape any flooding to document and defend your position for a claim with a flood insurance provider. So make sure you have photos of before and after so that can help bolster your claims.
It sounds like a lot of this is to do with flooding. Can you remind us why it's so important to sign up for flood insurance sooner rather than later?
Absolutely. It takes 30 days once you sign up for flood insurance for your policy to be enacted. Now, hurricane season, as you stated, runs from June to November, but that does not preclude storms from coming in and outside of that window. So we want to encourage all our Texans to have flood insurance if you live in a floodplain.
When we talk about mitigation efforts that we can make, like raising the appliances and things, is that primarily for folks that are along the Texas coast?
No, flooding is the most common natural disaster and can happen anywhere. So torrential rainpour and downpours can affect individuals living inland as well as those on the coast. So we want to encourage those who live in a floodplain to get flood insurance.
Yeah, they say if it rains where you live, it can flood where you live.
Absolutely.
Another thing that people think about when they think about flooding is that, well, we don't have to worry about it because FEMA can provide assistance afterwards, but you can't do that repeatedly, correct?
That is correct. If individual assistance is part of the disaster declaration and part of the assistance that the state of Texas receives, it's not necessarily a guarantee. Some homeowners may not qualify. And if some homeowners are repeatedly affected by damage, by storm damage, hurricane damage, they might not be eligible the next go around if they don't have flood insurance. So that is a requirement that if a resident receives individual assistance, that they must, moving forward, that residents must have flood insurance. Otherwise, the next storm that comes through, they may not be eligible or their benefit will be reduced.
Yeah, and the assistance, the individual assistance that we're talking about from FEMA is no substitute for flood insurance. You'll only get enough to make some temporary repairs or at least to get you back to a livable state. It's not going to necessarily make sure that your house is repaired the same way it was before.
That is correct. It will not make you whole.
That's right. Well, where can our viewers get more information about preparedness during this month?
Sure. So there's great resources on the Texas Division of Emergency Management website. We have resources on how to register for STEER, on individual assistance programs, and we have videos on how to build a disaster kit. And also ready.gov is a great resource. It's a federal resource, and they have good information on preparedness as well.
Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate that, Gabriella. And during hurricane season, another thing we'd like you to do is review your insurance coverages. We have great information on our website as well. It's tdi.texas.gov. And if you have a question, you can also call our helpline at 800-252-3439. For Gabriella Stromoli, I'm Ben Gonzalez, and this is TDI.